He points out the ray coming out of the black sun toward the moon, and then he erases the face of the moon. He makes signs explaining that the sun doesn't light up the moon. Who does it is the black sun.
Welcome cartel members, Anons, Facebook friends, Twitter followers, random YouTube viewer. Thanks for joining me. My name is Julio. I am the Theorizing Theorist, and today we're going to be talking about how stupid humanity actually is. Now, the reason I say that is because I read something right now on Godlike Productions, and it really shocked me to the core to think and realize what was actually going on. Now, the thing is, the moon and the sun are the same size. Now, I've never thought that the sun and the moon were the same size, ever, in my entire life. I don't know why, I just never really realized it, right? I've always thought that if there was I don't know. I still don't believe it, okay? But I Googled it, and sure enough, it is true. And humanity is so damn stupid that we won't believe what's in front of our eyes, and we're more willing to believe that the sun is at a distance, right, and the moon is at a closer distance, thus creating the illusion of the sun and the moon having almost the identical same size. Now again, to me, the moon sometimes looks bigger, sometimes it looks smaller. Hell, sometimes we see it during the day, sometimes we see. I don't get it. I don't pay attention that much, to be honest. Okay, not to that kind of stuff. I focus on God, but I mean, it's really quite baffling to me. You know, how we're so willing to believe what we're told growing up and ignore what's in front of our eyes. There's this veil. There's no way around it. There's this big veil in front of our eyes, and it's thick enough to where we aren't seeing reality. Now, this of course goes hand in hand with flat Earth and all that. Now, I don't get how or what the sun and the moon is if it isn't what they say it is, what we've all been taught. And again, I only believe in God 100%. Everything and anything else is possible, plausible, and probable, including globe Earth, including flat Earth, including, you know, whatever you want to believe in. Okay? God is so dang awesome and so dang powerful, he can make it all. Right? He can do it all. All of it's possible, right? But to believe in it 100%, well, to me, I only believe in God 100%. So it's I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. So let's just go ahead and dive into this article. I'm a little disappointed in humanity that I'm 37 years old and, you know, about to turn 38, and I'm barely finding out that the sun and the moon are pretty much the same size. I mean, this is ridiculous. Now, maybe they told us in elementary school while they were teaching us about the planets, and they told us about the distance. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I remember them teaching us that the sun and the moon only look like they're about the same size because of how far the sun is and how close the moon is, right? But, you know, and we just believe them. It's people in positions of power, authoritative figures, you know. There's a word for it. There's a thing behind it, you know, a whole process behind it, where these people are able to convince us of things simply by being the authoritarian of the situation, or the whatever it is. Now, I hope I'm not losing you guys, but it's anyway. The sun orbits the moon once a year, so that's why we got an annual eclipse. Any good videos explaining this? I'm interested. And somebody goes, no, not even close. Now, happy Friday morning to you guys that are watching this on a Friday morning. If you're watching it later today, happy Friday evening. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, follow, all that good stuff. So no, the diameter is an optical illusion because of the distance they match, which is exactly the mysterious part. I mean, God, how dumb are we? The Earth is 88 times heavier than the moon. And we know this how? Correct. They are the same size and the same distance off the ground, but the moon is further out, larger diameter circle over the flat Earth. The sun's lap is 24, the moon lap is 29 hours. This explains all the eclipses. The moon is a cold version of the sun. The ancients symbolized this as a yin and yang, etc. It is a symbol of the moon and sun circulating overhead over the flat Earth. This is what the sun and yang symbol represents, and it only lights up a local area as it transverses over. This can easily be seen with time-lapse videos of sunrise and sunset. In other words, the sun does not light up half the planet at a time as theorized with the globe Earth. First, because the Earth is not a globe, and time-lapse videos of the sun prove it only lights up a local area under it as it circles overhead, and that is not very big and not very high, which vernacular rays also prove. The fact that people can look an eclipse and think it is just a coincidence tells you a lot about the people around you. And somebody goes, the Earth is flat. Now, if you ask me, the image you see there on this YouTube thumbnail, I mean, you see the middle of the Earth, there's a flat plane inside of a circular type sphere. So maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so yes, the sun and the moon are the same size and the Earth is indeed flat. So now when I started reading this, I was thinking, yes, the sun and the moon. I thought this was all like, almost like a joke. Like it's not really the same size. Like a lot of the other stuff you kind of see, or some of the other stuff you see on Godlike Productions. And so I was kind of thinking this was like a joke. And some people were reaffirming my thoughts, but I decided to Google it again, and I'll show you what I came up with here with Google. But this is how many Earths would fit inside the sun, and then it says it shows a picture here, and this is the same images that we're all familiar with. You know, we've all seen this. We all know, supposedly what they think these planets and stars and whatever they are, the whole solar system. It's all computer generated images and artistic renderings and stuff like that. Go find a real picture, see what happens. So anyway, I type into Google sun and moon same size coincidence, and sure as mother freaking hell, believe it or not, it actually is just a coincidence, and a happy one at that. The moon and sun have virtually the same angular size in our sky, because the sun is about 400 times wider than the moon, but it is also about 4 times further away. I mean, how dumb are we? How dumb is humanity? Like, I get it. There's gonna be some science people out there, or some intelligent people out there that think they're intelligent because of the book smarts they were taught, but use your common sense. Use I don't know what else to tell you to use, but how is this a coincidence? How do we see this as a coincidence? And that it's really just the sun is 400 times as big, but 400 times as far. So anyway, let's check this video out. And as always, you know the routine. To God be the glory.
beginning of the video he shows a CD or a disc. He immediately draws the geometric shape of an oblate spheroid. We can see how he separates the oblate spheroid with a disc that has a hole in the center. Then, below he draws a circle with a swastika inside and immediately paints it completely black. From this black circle rays come out and 3 rays pass through the hole in the center. Below he writes, "Still." One of the possible meanings of this black circle may be the black sun. He draws reliefs on the edge of the hole and writes North Pole. And above this hole inside what would be the celestial vault he draws a star, the polar star or Polaris. He marks 2 points and connects them in a circle and writes, equator. He draws 2 lines that go down from the polar star to the 2 points. The lines form a triangle. He highlights 2 of the rays coming out of the black sun and also forms a triangle but vice versa. And he writes, as above so below. It's one of the 7 principles of Hermes Trismegistus. It appears on the Emerald Tablet and then in the Kabbalion. He erases the intersections and draws the sun and moon. And he makes a gesture of rotation. He draws 2 arrows to show the distance of the moon and the sun. Both are 3,300 miles or 5,310 kilometers away. Then he measures the diameter of the sun and moon. being the same with a diameter of 32 miles or 51 kilometers. He draws continents on the surface and on the other side as well. He points both sides and writes, same. Below he writes summer land. He draws rays coming out of the black sun and writes, Northern Lights. The center of the drawing is equal to the Mason symbol, which is a square and a compass. He points out the ray coming out of the black sun toward the moon and then he erases the face of the moon. He makes signs explaining that the sun doesn't light up the moon. Who does it is the black sun.